Good day and welcome to your favorite Monday travel podcast, 5-Minute Travel Tips. Today being the 27th of September, a very happy World Tourism Day to each and every one of you. On this occasion, we are going to talk about one of the most important things we need when we travel, the passport. But before we dive in, here's a story. The emergency guest relations team at Veena World once encountered a very peculiar problem. A traveler was just about to embark on his first international trip with his wife. Ooh, the first international trip. It's always exciting, isn't it? Yup, it is. And in all of that excitement, this traveler started organizing all of their travel related documents the night before their flight. He started filing everything, all hotel vouchers, all airline e-tickets and everything. And in all of this excitement of punching all the papers and documents and filing them, this traveler also went ahead and punched his and his wife's passport. Yes, the passport was also punched and sat there in the file. And with that file in tow, the couple excitedly went to the airport for their first ever international trip. What happened at the airport? At the airport, the security and check-in people refused to allow them in or even give them their boarding pass. You may ask why. Both of the passports had 2 holes in them because they were punched the night before and filed by this gentleman. This only means one thing: you cannot travel. Yup, there is no getting out of it. Such a passport is deemed to be a damaged passport, and the only way out of it is going back and renewing it and getting a new passport. And we all know that it takes a few days for a new one to come. After hearing this story, I'm sure you are also telling yourself that you don't want to be in such a situation ever. And yes, you may also say that this is quite silly. I don't ever see myself doing such a thing. But trust me, the number of travelers who are denied boarding or aren't allowed past immigration every day are quite a few. If you drop any liquid on your passport, it is deemed a damaged passport. If a page has a small tear, it is deemed a damaged passport. A guest was once denied boarding because on one of the pages she had written down her daughter's contact number and address. Damaging your passport and hence being denied boarding can indeed be a terrifying experience. This can happen anytime, maybe before a trip or even while you're on a trip. In addition to this, there are also many instances where you may either lose your passport or a time when someone just steals it. And what do you do when this happens on a trip? Well, the only solution is a trip to the Indian consulate and acquiring a landing certificate for your journey back into India. All of this costs time, money, and just gives you unneeded stress. So to ensure that you don't find yourself in such a situation again, let's have a look at a few tips. Number 1. Don't keep your passport on the table while at a restaurant or pub. You don't want to spill coffee or ketchup on your passport. Also, a passport on the table is an easy thing for pickpockets. You may say, what will a pickpocket do with my passport? Well, the grey market around the world for fake passports is huge, and you don't want your passport being used by someone else illegally. Number 2, be aware of what's happening around you. Paying attention to what's happening around you will go a long way in helping you prevent losing your passport. A passport in your back pocket is a clear no-no. Just don't do it. It may appear fashionable but may cost you in the end. Number 3, most of the times it is safe to keep your passport at the hotel inside the locker. But then again, you should also remember to get it out of the locker when you're leaving. Many people forget to get it out and in the end reach the airport without the passport. Number 4, it may not be a great idea to leave it on your carry-on luggage. It's always better to keep it on you when you're at the airport. It may seem like an easy solution to leave your passport in your carry-on, but as a recent article I read pointed out, if you're forced to check that bag in at the gate because it's too big, you may forget it in there and find yourself without a passport. Number 5. If you're going on an adventure holiday, invest in a waterproof cover for your passport. Like I said earlier, water damage can make information-based pages unreadable and will require you to get a replacement because your passport will be deemed to be a damaged passport. And with that, as we reach the end, I will only say one thing. Being proactive and careful will save you a lot of stress and headache when on a holiday. Protect your passport to the best of your ability when you're out and about and make sure it's tightly secured in your bag, backpack or suitcase, whatever you have on you. And finally, one more thing. Keep several copies of your passport on your phone and also a hard copy in your backpack and suitcase. You never know when you will need it. So bring out that passport which has been sitting in the drawer for the last year. Ensure it's fine and let's start traveling again. Happy World Tourism Day, everyone. This is Neil signing off. See you next week.